Good evening, students. Today we are going to start the topic atomic structure. So, first of all, let's build up fundamental knowledge about atomic structure. First of all, atom. Structure means design of something. So, atom. You came here to learn what is actually the atom, how it looks, and what it consists of. So, matter is made up of molecules. Some molecules combine together by some force. I think you know this force, this may be any force, Van der Waals force or covalent bond, some force. So, these molecules combine together and form a matter. Okay. Let's take example of your body. Your body contains carbon. Carbon molecules combine together and your body is formed by many other elements too. So, how this molecule came? No, this atom cannot be divided further. This is the last fundamental particle in matter. So, we should study this actual particle by which matter is made up of, atom. So, let's study this. I think you understand. This atom consists of nucleus, and around this nucleus electrons revolves in certain orbits. So let's know how people knew that this atom consists of orbits and electrons revolve only in this orbit. So first of all, a model came that is known as Dalton model, and you know that first people explored electrons, and later you know Rutherford model. What Rutherford find means, he sent some X-ray, and these X-ray particles some particles reflected totally and some deflected. You know what is meant by reflection and deflection? Here X-ray means positive charge, and according to Dalton, only electrons present in atom. Electron means negative charge. So if this atom only contains electrons, this positive charge and negative charge, I think you know, you have studied in magnet earlier, like poles attract each other and unlike poles repel. So this atom, this negative charge and positive charge should attract each other. But here we seen that Rutherford sir seen that this light has reflected totally and these two rays has deflected. So he got a doubt, why these rays are deflected? They should go straight. Some rays also go straight. All the X-rays should travel straight line, but some are deflected. Why these rays are deflected? So he concluded that this atom consists some positive charge in center. Because of this positive charge, this ray has been deflected, and this ray which contains positive they repel each other. So this ray has been deflected somewhat. And he also concluded that this atom also consists some electrons, but they are not present in center, so that some rays pass through them because positive and negative attract each other. So some rays also travel straight lines. So by this model, we came to know that atom consists of proton, neutron and electron. Rutherford model has a limitation that electron loses its energy and falls in center. So to overcome that limitation, a new model came into existence that is known as Bohr's model. Electrons revolve in certain discrete orbits, and this orbit consists of some accurate energy, and as the levels of orbits increases, consider this as first orbit and this as second orbit, this as third orbit. So as orbit number increases, energy of the orbit also increases. I mention again, I repeat again, electron do not have energy. Orbits, particular orbits contain energy. So due to this energy, electron revolves only in this certain orbits. Okay, is it clear? Like we all have names. Why do we have names? To recognize ourselves. In the similar way, these orbits, scientists have given these orbits name. As first orbit is known as K shell, K orbit. You can also call it as orbit, shell and many other names. K shell, L shell, M and further N and so on. And let us study about energy of these orbits. So in your further class you will learn accurate value of this energy. You will get that K shell, energy of K shell is, this is not present in your book, let me write, minus 30.6 z square by n square. And I think you all know that this Bohr's orbit is only for hydrogen atom, hydrogen and a single electron atom, single electron species like helium. What is the atomic number of helium? Helium plus atomic number of helium is 2. That means it contains 2 electrons. Helium plus means 1 electron is removed. If we remove 1 electron, then it becomes helium plus only 1 electron species. Lithium contains 3 electrons. So if we ionize it and make it lithium plus 2, again 2 electron, it loses 2 electron and it becomes as lithium plus 2, single electron species. So example of single electron species are hydrogen. So now let us talk about energy, how this electron gain energy and it jumps into higher orbit and further higher orbit. So tell me guys, if you eat food you all get energy, and if you get energy you can do more and more work. In the similar way, if this electron, we give some energy in the form of photon, if we give some energy to this electron, this orbit, K orbit contains some minus 13.6 energy and the next orbit contains minus 3.4 energy. So which is higher? Which is of higher energy? Second orbit, and further energy increases. So if we give some energy, it takes, so what is the difference between these two energies? 10.2. So if we give 10.2 of energy of to this electron, it jumps to higher orbit and comes to second orbit. This electron gains some energy and jumps into higher orbital. So when we lose energy, how do we lose energy? Tell me guys. We lose energy in the form of heat. You can see sweat formed on your body. That is due to the loss of energy in your body in the form of heat. So in the similar way, here electron gained some energy and jumped to higher orbit, and some energy has lost in the form of, had appeared in the will be appeared to us as in the form of light, in the form of light. So here the theory of spectrum arises. So it absorbs, here a absorption spectrum had formed. We see this absorption spectrum in the form of light. What is meant by spectrum guys? Spectrum is nothing but a group of lines. What form of lines? If you draw the lines which you draw on your sheet, no, these are lines, visible light Have you ever heard about visible light? VIBGYOR. So what this light consists of? These light are formed by different wavelengths. So this line, we can see this line in the form of light. So in VIBGYOR colors, you can see violet, indigo, blue and different colors. So these different colors is made up of different wavelength. Due to different wavelength, they show different colors. The highest wavelength is of red and lowest wavelength is of violet. And violet and as you all know that E equal to hc by lambda is inversely proportional to lambda. So violet consists of higher energy and red consists of lower energy. So when we give this energy to electron, it jumps to higher orbit and it tries to come to ground state. This electron tries to come to ground state, and when it comes down, it loses energy outside. So just now I have told that this energy is in the form of absorption spectrum and this energy is in the form of emission spectrum. So we can see light here. The VIBGYOR colors are seen here in this emission spectrum. So this is the concept of spectrum. In this way, spectrum came into existence. So, and here the limitation of Bohr's model came. So guys, this group of light of different wavelength is known as spectrum. So this is the limitation of Bohr's model, that he have given spectrum of only one atom, that is hydrogen atom. So to overcome this, many other model have came, and to study in detail about this spectrum, many other scientists have worked on. So guys, let's study in detail about spectrum. You can see here, you can visualize here the different type of lights with different energies. See carefully here, gamma rays is with lowest wavelength and radio waves, guys, you can see here radio waves are with high wavelength, and I think you know the relation E equal to h mu. Here E denotes energy of rays, h Planck's constant, and mu frequency. So here you can see different rays are associated with different energies. Gamma rays are with high energy and radio waves are with lowest energy, and we can write this relation as Sc by lambda. Here lambda means wavelength. You can see clearly that here E is inversely proportional to lambda, means the ray which has highest wavelength that will contain least energy. As you go to the right of spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum, the energy decreases. That is the reason why radio waves have highest wavelength and lowest energy. And so, as I said earlier, that spectrum means group of lines, group of wavelength. And you can see here electromagnetic spectrum means, wait a minute guys, let me erase this.